Hey everybody, appreciate y'all joining us this evening to talk about going to South Africa. All right, I appreciate y'all being here. Let me know in the comments where you are watching from. Also, let me know, give me a one in the comments if this is your first time in the Zoom with us or me or anything like that. Um, yeah, let me know where you are watching from. Bonus points for those that'll tell me what makes South Africa special. Why do you want to go? Why South Africa? What is it about the place, the country, or do you just want to get to the continent, right? Is it just about the continent? And this seems like a good landing spot. I'm always curious as to why. Or have you been to multiple places? And you're like, you know what? I do want to go and have the South African experience. So I'm always curious to see why people are interested, not only interested into the continent, but interested in particular places in the continent. So, all right, let me know down in the comments again where you are watching from. Give me a one in the comments if this is your first time seeing us. Or and bonus points for those that let me know why South Africa. Why is that an interesting landing spot for you? I want to make sure that we get started. We got started on time, right? So I want to make sure that we get to the information so you can get what you need in order to make a decision on if you want to travel with us or if you have any additional questions. All right, I am getting this together. Hey, Veronica. All right, Fairfax, Virginia. Never been to Africa, can't afford it right now, but so interested in seeing what it's all about in general. I love that. Welcome, Veronica. Appreciate you joining us. Regina says, first time. All right, I want to take my son on our first trip together. Is mother in the motherland? All right, Trenton, New Jersey. Hey, Regina. All right, well, welcome. Glad you got made it to see us and engage us here at Urban Intellectuals. I'll do my best to answer all of the questions that you might have and give you an overview of the programming so you can get on that trip with your son. I love it. A mama son trip to the continent. South Jersey, South Africa, because I've been to East, West, and Northern Africa so far. Yes, Ottawa. All right. All right. So now you got to see what's going on with the southern region of the continent. I love it. I love it. All right. Let me pull up my screen here. Give me a yes in the comments if you can see my screen. You should see welcome to Urban Intellectuals there. There we go. Yes. All right. Got that. Thank you. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. All right. Let me get started here with my overview, right? Here's a quick video for you.
You know that feeling when your soul recognizes a place. I never understood it until my trip to Ghana with Sankofa experiences. Standing on the shores of Cape Coast, something in me just clicked, like my DNA remembered what my mind never knew. These aren't typical vacations. They're journeys back to ourselves. When you walk through those ancient doorways in Egypt or feel the rhythm of drums in Ghana, you start to piece together parts of you that were scattered by histories. And I've traveled to lots of places, but nothing hits like Africa. The way people welcome you, the food that somehow tastes familiar, the land that feels like it's been waiting for you. Like I came back different, more grounded, more whole, like I'd found pieces of myself I didn't even know were missing.
That reconnection, that feeling, that's what we want you to have, that experience when you hit the continents. All right, brother Johnny, I see you just sitting in, getting ready to go to Ghana and Kemet. What an experience, right? To see two different um, locations on the continent, right? So definitely a blessed experience. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts on that. But yeah, it's going to be a good experience. All right, so who's talking to me? My name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals. Black history is my life, but I like to say I'm a Black history pusher. I've been going with that lately. I've had an opportunity to speak on Black history at these fine places: LexisNexis, Santa Clara University, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Amazon, NPR, TSP Live, All Black National Convention, and many, many more. Um, yeah, but and we're going to continue to build on that. I like to say that the story of urban intellectuals and my story started almost 100 years ago with the young man behind me in this photograph. This is my father. He is 87 years young in this particular image, but this was our first time in Africa. This is 2017 at the door of no return there in Ghana. Brother Johnny's about to go and have this experience. But it was a beautiful one, and one that every time I see the picture, I'm reminded how our community needs to have this experience to retie the connection with the continent and a vast, deep history that extends long before servitude and slavery, unlike somebody tries to paint our story. But anyway, but dad is the one that really instilled the love of history and culture into me. So I love to say that this movement started with him, but it wasn't until 2015 that I actually started the company. So I established the company in December of 2015. We are 9 years old as an organization, going on 10 in December of 2025. But these Black History flashcards is the core of our company. It is our hero product, as they say. We've been featured in Target, Essence, NPR, News One, Fox, so many other outlets. But since starting to sell these flashcards and our physical products in 2017, we sold over 500,000 decks to 200,000 plus customers in all 50 states, 64 countries around the world. Hey, Regina. All right, she got the cards. I love it. I love it. All right, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, all of you at least seen the cards and have the opportunity to get to know more about our company through some of the products and the history that we offer. This is a quick video to give you like an overview of the company. I can tell you a lot about us, but this interview really brings up everything that we
Our Urban Intellectuals makes it fun and easy to learn Black history. That is our mission. That is our core responsibility. And we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite the narrative about Black and African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago because my father's 95 years old and he's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of understanding our history and our culture and the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were matriculating through the school district, I couldn't believe that the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something, somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more glorious.
A lot more. Okay, so you've got a very cool product.
Thank you.
That kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
Our Black History flashcards feature 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes in the series.
Cards,
so we're really expanding the conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
and I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty for more.
Who are these for?
These are for just about everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months, all the way to 95. I'll cap it there with my father's age because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
And you also have playing cards. That's
Yes,
fun. Huh?
yes. So we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards,
Sure.
we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure, exposure, exposure.
Exposure,
What is
exposure,
this? This looks
exposure.
like fun.
Yes, yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
Yeah, you don't know what the finished product looks like, so that's the challenge. But I can tell you, there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure. Okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different.
They'll be
This
different, but
particular one
this
is the same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Oh, no, no. We actually have 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach live Black history to children inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. Yeah. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. Yeah. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, you're
speechless,
totally, speechless, totally transformed. Because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the contributions of Black and African people to the world.
Where
okay, so that gives you a pretty good overview of like what we do as a company. I mentioned talking about our Sankofa Club, the #1 Black History Club for children. This is where we teach live Black history classes to children. We do the same for adults inside of our Sankofa Circle. We teach live Black history classes to them. And then, of course, I mentioned all of this not to impress you, but to impress upon you that at our core, we are a Black history and empowerment company. This is really the core, the essence of what we do is pour our history, our culture, our empowerment, our successes, our wins, our lessons into our community so that we can continue to build and grow upon that. And we take that feeling, that movement, that understanding into our travel experiences. So we like to say that these are more than just vacations, right? This isn't just a time to get away. This is a time for growth. This is a time for reconnection. And this is a time for learning, right? And this is what we've been doing since October 2022 here at Urban Intellectuals. This is the birth of our Sankofa experience. That's Dad there on the left with me, overlooking the Nile River there in Cairo. He is 93 years young on this trip, by the way. That's him there in the middle with his sweater on in Egypt, right? It wasn't quite warm enough for him. But these are 40 people that was on our inaugural trip with us. So, if you're one of our seniors, I want to let you know you are welcome on these trips. And you can do it, right? So don't be discouraged. If you have children, you see the children there in these images as well. So there are opportunities for all age ranges to come and have these experiences. Dad is still on the move. Last year he was at 94. We were in Cuba together for the first time. We had that experience. He's 95 now, and he's getting ready for his next trip. We wanted to come to Ethiopia. He didn't make it. So maybe he'll be on the South Africa trip this year. I don't know. I got to keep up with him, right? He has a busy schedule. But yeah, so it's been a beautiful experience to add this layer to the company. But since we started, we've taken on 10 African countries, 36 trips, 425 travelers on these life-changing experiences. And it is time for us to have this conversation about you joining the ranks and coming with us to have it. But why should you travel with us, right? Why is Sankofa experiences? And I really think everything comes down to the feeling. But let the young man tell you in his words how he felt the first time he got to Africa. Okay, so my first question to you is, what's your most vivid memory of our travels to Africa, and what stands out most to you?
To Ghana.
Yeah, okay. Well, we've been to Ghana and we've been to Egypt.
Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. Been to Egypt. B Yeah,
And we've been to Morocco.
You said first trip to Ghana.
No,
to Africa.
Your most vivid memory.
Yeah, well, my most vivid memory was when I struck land there in Ghana.
Mm-hmm.
There was a feeling I had, it's unexplainable. Never been to Ghana before, but in my mind, say, I'm home, home at last. I mean, that's the feeling you get. It's an unforgettable feeling that place you ain't never been and you feel so comfortable. All of a sudden, there's a bit of freedom amongst you.
Yeah.
That was my unforgettable. When we got to Africa and went to Ghana, and the first thing I felt was that freedom. I ain't never experienced that before. And I think too, what's the Family Feud guy's name?
Which
Family Feud? What's his name?
Oh, Steve Harvey.
He experienced the same thing. He said when he got to Ghana, he said, just in Detroit, the same feeling, the same walk, everything was so coherent, It said like, hey, I'm in Africa, hey, I'm down in town Detroit or something.
Yeah.
That's the feeling that you get though, honestly.
Because the people look familiar. Is that the thing?
People look familiar. Well, you know what I'm going to say about the people look familiar. When we went to Egypt, man, I saw an Inkster boy on the walls, man. I don't know how many centuries he'd been there, but he was from Inkster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the familiarity of what you saw, Those were some unforgettable moments when Jay said, come here and look at this. Hey, I know him. Yeah, it was beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Yeah, Dad always, he has no problem.
In America, my name is Crystal Taylor, and I was born and raised in East St. Louis, Illinois, and currently live in the south suburbs of Chicago. But just now today, I have been given my Ghanaian name of Adwa Mansa. It's Adwa Mansa. Mansa. Adwa Mansa. Mansa. Adwa Mansa. Mansa. And today, when I saw what was going to happen on this trip, I knew that this would be the moment that would break me. Because I wanted to be here for so long. And at 46, I'm finally actualizing this dream. And I feel such a connection, such a warmth and welcome from our African family. And it means so much because in America, we've been taught that we're not liked here, we're not wanted here. But there's been nothing but love and excitement to see us. And today, to be given my name from the village chiefs, I can't explain how it feels. And I can't stop crying because it feels so good. Because I feel so loved here. It feels like home. And I'm just grateful. I'm really glad that I've had this experience. And I just couldn't expect asking anything else.
And that's really the feeling that we're trying to convey and connect with our audience to get you to understand that you've been lied to, right? About what we've been told about what's happening on the continent of Africa and what's going on, how they feel about us, how we should feel about them, what transpired in the past. The person that's feeding us this information is standing in the way of the communications, right? So I think that as an intellectual, I think it's important to go and get the information firsthand for yourself. I'm listening to How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Walter Rodney? Am I getting that right? Y'all, somebody correct me. Hold on, I want to make sure I get this right. Walter Rodney, How Europe Underdeveloped Africa. Very interesting discussion, right? And especially that we're talking about South Africa. And you just think about the wealth of Europe, right? There's this video going around about what's the poorest countries, what's the poorest country in the world, and people are saying Africa, 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 as if one, the continent is a country, and then as if two, Africa is poor. Africa is mineral rich. Africa has fantastic human capital, right? And has like the majority of the world's resources, right? And like this wealth and culture and honor and respect that Europe is built on literally stands on the back of Africa and its people, right? And those in the diaspora, right? So you just, but really, this book is it's a really good insight to have as we start to piece together the puzzle of the world, right? And I think a lot of our, I don't think, a lot of our issues that we have as a community is because we don't understand the history, right? I love this brother, Dr. Clark, John Henry Clark, but he talks about you should never discuss a situation until you understand how it came to be. And I feel that in our community, it ain't really our community, it's really this country, right? And I won't go beyond that. I'll just talk about this country, but we don't really understand history. We don't really understand how these moments have transpired, what led up to these moments. And like, I guess I'm sticking on this right now because one, I'm listening to the book, but two, we're talking about going into South Africa, and we know, well, I guess we don't know, but we will learn how much wealth and resources was ripped out of this area, and how the European dominance in the world is really a large part of it is built on what transpired in Africa, in South Africa in particular, um, especially when it comes to the British government. Um, Man, it's really interesting, right? So anyway, all right, yeah. So that was how. Well, I'm way off subject, y'all. How Europe underdeveloped Africa, right? Walter Rodney. Really great read. Really interesting read. I'm about halfway through the book right now, so I'll stay right there before I dive into it. But we came here to talk particularly about South Africa. But I love going and having these experiences so that the scales can fall from your eyes, right? Give me a one in the comments if Give me a one in the comments if you decide to come to Africa. This will be your first time going to Africa. You decide to come to South Africa. This will be your first time, right? So basically, I'm asking who hasn't been, but would be interested in going. You're here because you're interested in going in your first time. Give me a two in the comments if you've been and you just got South Africa on the brain. Let me know that. But let me turn and dive into this information about South Africa so I can give you the details of the trip. We can handle the investment, and then we can run through any of the questions that you might have leading up to it. All right. Trying to get, I'm trying to get, I'm trying to go to Egypt too. All right, Arsenio, is that right? Yeah. Arsenio, we can have Sister Ashley, if you can reach out to Arsenio directly, you can talk to him about Egypt. Excellent. All right, but let me dive back into this so we can get into South Africa, right? The cradle of civilization, right? You're welcome. But this is our platinum tour, right? So we want you to immerse yourself into South African culture on this 10-day trip through Cape Town and Johannesburg and Soweto with a professional team of local guides exploring the wonderful country. Will be a life-changing experience. Enjoy top-level accommodations, walk through history-filled towns, admire real life African wildlife, and live an authentic experience led by locals. It's time for a change of pace. The city of gold awaits. Adela, no, it's not. No, we've been there before, right? We are dialed in on South Africa. I want to go there. I love it. Me too. Okay, y'all are interested in everywhere. So here are some of the frequently asked questions about our trips in general. Are these trips adult friendly? Yes, they are. I mentioned I tried to display anyway. They are senior friendly as well. Is there a lot of physical movement? Yes, you have to get around to see the sights and move through the places. Oftentimes wheelchairs are accessible. Do we offer payment plans? Yes, we do. Is the international airfare included? No, it's not. You'll be required to get to the location and from the location. What languages do they speak? English. Do you pair guests? Not at this time. We don't. Can non-American citizens join the trip? Absolutely. We have people join us from all around the world. How much money will you need on this trip? $500 to $700 in cash that you're going to convert, right? And think about your spending. If you're a shopper, you know you're going to need a little bit more. You will be able to use mainly your Visa and MasterCard. Amex will probably be available in certain spots as well. Just try to check ahead of time. But if you're a shopper, you're gonna need more money, right? Just keep that in mind, right? If you think that you're gonna want to bring things back, we find that people love to shop on these trips, so keep that in mind. Um, Travel insurance, is travel insurance automatically included? No, it's not, but we recommend cancel anytime travel insurance with medical when you book, so consider that. What's included in the tour is ground transportation to and from the scheduled destinations. Again, it doesn't include international airfare. Double occupancy or single occupancy are available. You can get hotel upgrades upon request. Again, additional fees will apply. There's Wi-Fi. There's going to be a spa, bar, restaurants are available, room service available, fitness center, swimming pool, meeting rooms, air conditioned, wheelchair accessible. Admission to all the activities that we cover are included. What's not included is obviously your passport, your medical travel insurance, lunch and dinner, and then any gratuities that you might be interested in leaving, right? So that's not included. You should join us because you get to travel with other Black people, right? We are a Black organization talking about these Black experiences and creating these safe spaces for us to have these deeper conversations and experiences together. Get the motherland from an Afrocentric focus, travel in safety with experienced and trusted operators and guides and staff, connect with your history, see what the world has to offer outside of the United States, experience a culture like nothing you've ever experienced before, but also feel like you just came home and find a new family, right? Many of our guests have created bonds of a lifetime who are still communicating in the WhatsApp groups that we create and building together. So what does the itinerary look like? Day one, we're going to arrive in Joburg. This is just at a high level, not with the details, right? There's more information on the link that we're going to give. Can you share this by email? Regina, the replay should go out in the morning and we'll upload this to YouTube as well so you can see this anytime. Okay, so level one, I mean, you're going to arrive, you're going to decompress, you're going to try to get used to the jet lag and all of that good stuff, and have a little bit of time. But then day two, we're going to really explore Johannesburg. Day three, we're going to get a tour of Soweto Township. Day four, visit the old Fort Prison. Day five is a full day safari. Day six, we're going to head to Cape Town. Day seven, you're going to get the Table Mountain experience. We're going to dive a little bit into some of these in just a moment. Day eight is Cape of Good Hope. Nine, the Winelands Tour, right? A Black-owned winery there in South Africa, right? And then we're going to return to Joburg for the day of departure. But we're going to line all of this up. And it's going to be a wonderful experience, right? Especially for those that are looking for something a little bit different, a nice soft landing into Africa. We think South Africa is a great exploration of that. Soweto Township explores these residential clusters initially designed during our apartheid that are now buzzing communities. Walk through Mandela's Family Museum, which was formerly his childhood home of Nelson Mandela. Sit between a Sheben and then visit the Regina Mundi Catholic Church, the largest in Southern Hemisphere, where you can still see one of the few Black Madonnas in the world. But Soweto offers a different experience and one that allows you to get a little bit closer to the culture. But let's listen to one of the travelers to South Africa and get her thoughts on the
Talk about the
experience.
black experience you've had here and just what this whole trip has meant for you.
This trip has been amazing to me. This is my third trip here, and this is my first time having, for the lack of a better term, the black experience. I mean, even where we sit here today at a black winery, the other two times that I came in 2013 and 2016 for luxury trips, I could not convince the companies to even admit that there were black wineries. So I was never able to do that. Where we stayed in Johannesburg, where we have stayed here in Cape Town, everything that we have done has been about us. We've been there, we've been represented on both sides, not just behind the counter, but also people visiting, people that are here on vacation. And this group that I'm with, I thought they used algorithms because we were so and are so together. I mean, it's like family, and it really is like they use some kind of formula to put this group together. The Magnificent 12. I just can't say enough about it. I've been to some great places in South Africa and certainly in Cape Town, and there's been nothing that came close to what we do here, sitting at a phenomenal winery with the black ownership, fabulous chef and sommelier. I mean, just all of it.
All right, let's talk about your when you came before and why you've been to places. What would not take you to the black experience in South
Correct.
Africa? How has this differed for you overall?
This has not been, I mean, look at the time we spent in Soweto, which was amazing. I've gone on two very high-end safari tours that included Cape Town, as well as flying to the bush, and not one township, being in Soweto and seeing that and having dinner at a fabulous black-owned restaurant there, and actually seeing the growth that's happened since the time I was here in 2013 and managed to bribe someone to drive us through just to take a look at Soweto at that time. But this is they say a rainbow nation, and I'm in that rainbow. But this trip, I see that rainbow and I see myself. I see success.
What has this group meant to you? Tell me about your experience with this particular group.
With you, it's been phenomenal. It's been so phenomenal that you're going to see us again on other tours. But this group is it's meant everything. It's part of what's made this, 100. It's been the people that I've been living with for the past 2 weeks almost, and the restaurants that you've chosen, the level of fun that you've chosen, the black experience is here. I mean, we were on the stage dancing to Jerusalema last night, and that was just fabulous. That's us. That's us that made the song. That's us that made the dance. That's us. And I loved being a part of it.
What do you say to people who are afraid to come to Africa because of the stereotypes that they've heard and all of that? What words of encouragement would you offer them?
It's all lies. It's beyond stereo. It's just not true. It is not true. There was a time when I thought that Americans made more money than any other people in the world, workers, and then I went to London. So I say, come and experience yourself. I have not lost a dime on this tour. I have gained. It's amazing. It's affordable. It's amazing.
When you think about your family and friends, why do you think it's important for them to
I have been trying to get my daughter to have this experience with me. I mean, she was convinced that she would move here the first time I came. And I really want to have my daughter have this experience. My granddaughter wants to go to Africa more than anything. She's 12. There was a time when people wanted to go to Paris more than anything. But my granddaughter, because of what she's seen and heard from me, knows that this is utopia. This is where she wants to come. And that's why we're bringing them, at the end of the year.
All right. Well, thank you for your words. We'll be talking to you a little bit more.
Okay.
Sister Maxine fell in love with not just South Africa, right? But traveling with us. I got a chance to meet her last year in Senegal. She came with us on that trip, but she brought 13 family members with us. She was serious about spreading this message and having this experience with her family. The Senegal trip was a beautiful one as well. But the sister really, I think she really articulated like really what's magical about traveling with us. We attract a certain type of people, and we have a certain type of experience that really leads to bonding on the trip. Like you just kind of got to come to see what I'm exactly talking about, but it's just a beautiful experience to have with one another because we're learning about the history and the culture, and we're building, but we're having this shared experience together. It's really a beautiful thing that kind of makes all of this really special, kind of in it, right? But continuing with the tour, right? We're definitely going to hit Old Fort Prison. This centennial building served different regimes and was later used during the apartheid years. Within these walls, Nelson Mandela, Mahatma Gandhi, Albertina Sizulu, okay, I'm gonna get that right. Winnie Mandela, and many others were imprisoned for years, right? I'm gonna have to read that a few times, get my language together, right? Of course, we're gonna visit Tabletop Mountain. That is one of the iconic locations there in South Africa. So we're gonna have an experience there. You're gonna visit the Cape of Good Hope and Cape Points, right? The Peninsula tour. You're gonna have to decompress after some of these experiences that are it's like if you've been into the dungeons there in West Africa. It's a lot of heavy conversation and heavy experiences, right? So you're going to get a mix of that in South Africa as well. So we have planned spaces, right, for you to take in the beauty and take in a different sensory aspect of this trip and the experience. But here's a little bit of conversation about that.
All right, I'm here outside of Cape Town in South Africa, and I have one of the most fascinating people I've ever met, Mr. Eugene Kane. Is it Dr. Eugene Kane?
Yeah, you can call me that, but that's not on the birth certificate.
Okay.
But it's okay.
All right, Dr. Mr. No,
Well,
Reverend? Reverend? No, Reverend.
No Reverend. Oh yeah.
I took it too far there.
That's way. That's way.
Oh, I know.
You off the chart.
I went too far with that one. So how's your time been here in South Africa?
Jay, I was the reluctant one because we were attending this conference of sister cities, and Maxine said, we might as well go on with African intellectuals. I got too much on my plate and what have you. But time we hooked up with you guys, it's been wonderful. It has been wonderful. Every experience has been unique, and I keep saying to myself at night, can he top this? And sure enough, it's topped every day, thanks to you. And it shows a lot of planning. What I like about it is that I'm supporting a black businessman, and I just love that. That's important to me. That's very important to me. I lived 80 years on this earth, and this is what I've always looked for. Now, as far as the venues here, I don't know where to start. Was it Table Mountain or the restaurant, Gold Restaurant? It goes on and on and on. So we're coming back. Might not be here. It looks like it's going to be Senegal and other places. But we're going to hang with this guy, and we are going to get him some more customers who we know would love to journey with him. Thank you.
No, Mr. Eugene wasn't playing, right? Again, that Mr. Eugene is a husband of Miss Maxine that you saw earlier, right? As Top was telling you about Senegal. But yeah, so they came back with a bunch of people to have that experience. So what is the investment? This is what it looks like to head to South Africa and have this 10-day adventure, 10-day experience, right? So $52.99 for double occupancy per person. $58.99 for single occupancy. Again, well, I guess that's per person as well, right? For a single occupancy. But that's it. We have 2 dates for you this year. If you're trying to pack it in now, we're going in November 3rd through the 12th. I'll be on that trip, so I'm going to have that experience with you. And then again next year, November 7th through the 15th. 2026, right? So those are the 2 dates that we have available. Sister Ashley is going to drop the link down below, sankofaexperiences.com/travel South Africa. But it just takes $199 down to lock in your spot before they fill up. And there's a no prepayment payment plan available. So again, it's just $52.99 for double occupancy. $58.99 for single occupancy. And that is the investment. That is what it takes. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions for us. Here are a couple of more videos to give you some of the more insight into the experience. Oh, did I even mention there's a full day safari? I don't even know if I mentioned.
These are female giraffes. I'll tell you something. The females get to be very light in color, and if you look at the neck region is very thin. Another thing, if you
yeah, so if y'all are safari people, you know South Africa is the place for that. Uh-oh. Never know what type of experience you're gonna have.
Still very hot, I think. Yeah.
See the elephants?
Oh, look at this. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh. He's dumped. Oh.
Ooh.
Oh, that's what he thinks about us.
Oh, wow.
He said it all.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
You never know what type of experience you're gonna get, right? When you're out in the wild, so to speak. I got a question in the inbox that says, does the deposit apply towards the trip? Yes, it does, right? So your $199 will be taken off the balance of the trip. Absolutely. Good question, Regina. Thank you for that. And then when is the deadline? There isn't a deadline. It's just if the trip fills up and we reach capacity, then we'll close down the trip. But the final payment needs to be the trip needs to be paid in full 1 month to 30 days out before the trip is to leave. So if it's November the 7th, then the full balance needs to be paid on October the 7th, right? Or before. So that is how things go. Most trips are about 25, 30 people on the capacity side, Regina. I'm not sure exactly where we are on those right now. Good questions. Thank you for that. Appreciate you in these questions because I assume a lot. And, you just kind of forget what people don't know. Here's a little more of the experience. All right, I got a couple of good questions here in the comments. So what type of transportation is used to get from Joburg to Cape Town? We're gonna fly. Yeah, so and that domestic travel is included. So good question, Carlos. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, I mean it's a 14-hour drive, right? We're definitely not gonna tackle that in the middle of the trip to and fro, right? We're gonna fly there and back. And that is included in the price of the trip. Is that price per person? Yes, that price is per person. If you're in if you're in a double occupancy room, if you're in a single occupancy room, obviously that is your price. I'm just looking for the numbers just to have them up on the screen. There we go. So again, it's $52.99 for double occupancy per person. It's $58.99 for single occupancy. It's just $199 down. And yes, that does get reduced from your balance. If you decide to go this year in 2025 with us in November, it's actually like $125 less per trip. So if you take $125 off of the 52, when you click the link, you'll see the numbers, right? Like I didn't have time to update it on the presentation. I can pull it up and be specific. Let's see. So anytime you're ever curious, right? If you're just like, hey, I'm interested in where else do they go and how often do they go and any sorts of questions like that, you can always go to our website, sankofaexperiences.com, sankofaexperiences.com, and you can pull it up and then you can end up on the site and then you can see not only where we go, but what the pricing is as well. So again, if you want to come in November of 2025, November 3rd through the 12th, we are $51.74 for double occupancy per person, and then $57.74 for single occupancy. So that is $125 less per, right? So again, but that's coming up here in November. Obviously, that's an accelerated pay schedule. So keep that in mind. But here's something that I want. Oh, y'all not even seeing my screen anyway. I've been like looking at my screen trying to show y'all this stuff. Yeah, my bad. But yeah, so that was the pricing, right? So again, take $125 off, and you'll see that. But what I was getting at, what I wanted to get at was um y'all gonna notice this. The price of life is going up, right? So that's on the trips, you'll see that things are priced this year are one price, 2026 is another price, 2027 is going to be another price, right? Just it's not us saying, hey, let's just charge more money. The price of everything is going up. So this is the trend that is happening. Now, I want you to just notice that and realize that it's never going to be more quote unquote affordable, right? It's just really a question of, is this the right time for you to have this experience that you've clearly always wanted to have, right? You've always wanted to go, for whatever reason is drawing you, you're interested. The questions that you need to answer is the timing right now? Is this the right organization? These the right people that I want to go have this experience with. And I think those are more important than can I afford it? And I say that because we tend to find money for things that we want, right? Things that we feel are important. Now, I mean, you can't get too much out of a beet or a turnip, right? But when we decide that we really want to do something, we go figure it out and go make it happen, right? Whether that's putting it off further and maybe you don't go this year, maybe you go a year and a half from now in 2026, right? But we sacrifice, right? We find different ways. We add a side hustle. We do what we need to do in order to make make things that we want. So that's why I say I think it's more important that you decide, like, is this my time? Is this my opportunity to go have this experience? Or am I gonna put it off to later? Right? Is this the right organization for me? Should I go with this group? Are they trustworthy? Will I come back alive? I giggle because every time I say I'm going to Africa, like folks be in my inbox or texting me, "Hey man, you better be careful over there. You better be safe." Now, never mind, ain't none of these people ever been in their life, right? But they telling me that where I need to do. Now, I'm always gonna be safe, right? I'm always gonna have my head on the swivel. I'm always paying attention. I'm always alert when I'm traveling, but I do that here in Chicago, right? You better, right? Yeah, I do this. We do this for life, right? This is a life skill that we've developed. Um, but it's amazing how fearful we are of the continent. And just once you go, like all of that falls away, right? And then the possibilities swell up. I saw some people talking about investing and asking those types of questions. And I think those are wonderful questions. I think you should come and have the experience first. I definitely, you know, invest in Africa and want to invest more in Africa and want to do bigger and different things. But I think all of that starts with the visit, with initial um, experience, and then conversations, and then connections, and then building. Because like if y'all really follow, if you just, if this is your first time here with me or with Urban Intellectuals, I appreciate you being here. You stick around, you'll start to notice me start to talk about the future growth of Africa and how it is still the most coveted land on the planet. It always has been. It's just been spoken of illy and treated poorly, which again, this historical research and study and understanding will unearth to us, right? I just mentioned the most recent book that I'm reading on the subject, right? How Europe underdeveloped Africa. It's really, really phenomenal in breaking all of this down. But when you get to thinking about investing in, the opportunities, one, you got to understand how far Africa has been suppressed. But two, it's crazy the growth rate that is happening right now. The average age on the continent is 19 years old, and they're going through the Industrial Revolution, and they're predicting somewhere between 350 and 500 million people are moving from poverty into the middle class. Now, is exploitation still going to take place? I'm absolutely certain of it. I'm certain that a lot of more nefarious things that I'm not even aware of are going to happen. But what we know from history is when people move from poverty to the middle class, it spreads around a whole lot of money, and the American Revolution is just proof of that, right? 35 million people went from poverty to the middle class, and it made America a world power. And something like 10 to 15 times the size of that is happening, albeit across the continent of Africa, but in a place that has the majority of the world's resources. This is really interesting time. So we're talking about connecting and going to have an experience, but I'm not ignorant to what I feel like are the reverberations of our experiences on the continent. And I'm talking about those reverberations in terms of our family, our friends, and our sphere of influence that are watching us. Now, everybody don't say, "Hey, uh, you know, Keena, I'm watching you," right? "Hey, Adela, I'm watching you." People don't say that, but they're watching. So you to go have these experiences, you to come back and talk as a pioneer in your circle, makes other people curious, makes other people lean in, makes like Sister Maxine was talking about her granddaughter saying she wants to go to Africa. She's not talking about Paris or Milan or going to see Big Ben or going to Italy or in the south of France, right? all of these places that's been placed into our heads, you start to get people inside of your sphere of influence talking and thinking differently, right? Like I like to think about my connections with the continent and traveling and business affairs as warming up my grandchildren and my great grandchildren, getting my children involved and my nieces and my nephews involved in the continent. And then where are they going to take it? I don't know, but I know what's happening on the continent is exploding. So I don't want us to be left on the sidelines. But that's me thinking as a businessman and somebody that's concerned with like the legacy down the road. But as Jay-Z say, before we jump out the window, what's your name? Before we jump out the window, let's go have the experience, right? Before first. But anyway, we're talking about going into South Africa to have that 10-day experience. Again, if you're interested, you can go to sankofaexperiences.com/travel South Africa. I got a little bit off on my conversation, y'all. Hopefully y'all was like flowing with me. That was not in the presentation. That was not planned. But I just been listening to that book this week. And it's just, I got so much more to say on it, right? I don't want to go too far, right? But I do want to answer any of your questions. I'm more concerned with making a connection with you, so that we can just at least open the conversation about not only traveling to Africa, but digging deeper into the crates, right? Digging deeper into the crates of our history, of who we have been on this planet, so that we can start to reformulate who we are today, and who we're going to be in the future. I think we need to start to examine these questions, examine this question as who are we and who do we really want to be on this planet. I feel like we're just going along to get along, and I'm not sure if we're drifting in a productive direction for the majority of us. Let me just say it that way, right? Yeah, all right. So before I just keep going, right, and keep talking, do you have any direct questions about the trip? Any domestic trips coming up soon? Idola's pushing. Ashley, we've been talking about it, Idola. We not just yet, right? We got some things cooking, but we're turning the corner on a particular point in the business, and it's coming. I can just say it's coming, right? All of it sounds amazing. A memorable lifetime experience. Europe was never one of my go-to places anyway. Yeah, Crystal, and I've been. It's all right. The food ain't the same. It don't hit the same as when you on the continent, right? Last month we was just in Ethiopia. Man, woo, Ethiopian food is bananas, right? I absolutely love it. I love West African food. That Senegal trip was crazy. The Wolof people got the best jollof rice. Listen, argue amongst yourselves. All these folks, they argue whatever they want to say, man. The Senegalese people, they do that jollof right, boy. That's my favorite anyway. All right, I may have missed it. Our flights included. Gwendolyn, your domestic flights are included, but the international flights aren't, right? So you will land in Johannesburg, and then take off from there. But once you land, we'll pick you up and take care of you from there. I get that coming up. Any domestic trips? Looking forward to all of it. Yes. Yeah, our people do it the best. Yes, we do. Is the trip handicap accessible? Yes, it is. Particularly in South Africa, right? So I'm not sure. I mean, if you're on a walker or a wheelchair or what that is, but it's all wheelchair accessible. Yes. All right. Any other questions for us? Again, the pricing and dates. Let me make sure I get that up. If you have a question that you want to just ask, you might need some back and forth, you can raise your Zoom hand and let me know. But you can always go to sankofaexperiences.com/travel South Africa and come on and join us. Just $52.99 for double occupancy per person, $58.99 for single occupancy, and it's just $199 down today to lock in your rates. There we go. I was looking for the dates. Again, November 3rd through the 12th, 2025, November 7th through the 15th, 2026. These are our dates. You can go ahead and lock them in. Just $199 down. When you go to the site, you put in, hey, I'm interested. Oh, I'm going to do a single occupancy, and you get ready to put down your $199. Before you put in any of your information, you can see the schedule of payments. So if you decide to sign up for November of 2026, you can see all those months. What's coming out, right? So we got about November 6 months, 18 months. So we got about 18 months leading up to the trip. So you can see your monthly payment. And if anytime you want to just pay the balance out, you can do that. There's not an issue with that. Or you can just stay on the monthly payment leading up to the trip. Excellent, Johnny. All right. 2026. Yeah, that's great. Welcome to South Africa. We appreciate you joining, trying to come with us, brother. Yeah, so that's 2026, but you will be able to see that, right? So you'll be able to see your pricing, so you can see, hey, all right, I can handle that. Oh, that's enough time for me, 18 months. That is definitely a good amount of time. Sister Regina, you got a question for me. What say you? Can you unmute?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
An emergency. What if you have an emergency? What is your cancellation policy?
Yes, good question. So there's no refunds. So that's why we say get cancel anytime travel insurance. And I like to add with medical on that. So once you get that insurance, then it's just for whatever reason, you just get your cash back, right? So we say we insure our house, we insure our cars, we insure our lives. Why not insure a trip of a lifetime, right? So you pay a little bit of extra, and you just have that security. And hopefully you don't have to take advantage of it, but it's just the best way to operate. And I add with medical because it's likely that your health insurance is not going to it's not going to kick in for international events, right? International travel. Likely. I don't know what type of insurance you got. I don't want to count your pockets. Check with them. But and when you're dealing with other countries, they want cash up front. And they typically inflate the pricing in the hospitals, right? So to alleviate that, we get travel insurance with medical, and bang, we good, right? Hopefully you don't need it. Hopefully we never find out, but it's better to need and not. It's better to have and not need than need and not have, right? I travel a good bit, so I have annual travel insurance. So every trip that I take is covered under that. And I purchase my trips with, my credit card. So it has another layer as well. But I use a company called Allianz Travel. I think, Ashley, can you drop that Allianz Travel? I have their yearly travel program, but you can get it for the one trip, right? You don't have to buy yearly travel insurance. Before the year, I know it went up. I think it's like $650 now. It used to be like $500. And this is like, no matter how many trips you take. And when I locked in on that, I was on a good pace. I was traveling at least like twice a month, sometimes internationally. So having something like that was really nice. But I'm going somewhere typically at least on a once a month pace. So, it kind of makes sense for me to have like a yearly travel insurance. So you might not need that, but I would definitely recommend that you get it for your international trips. What time should you arrive and depart from Johannesburg? All right, good question there. One, I would say no matter what time you do either, we're going to pick you up from the airport and we're going to take you back. But it's always best to arrive around noon local time. Now, personally, I try to arrive as early as I can, local time. So if I can arrive selecting between eight, it ain't like you're gonna have every hour on the hour options, right? So if I can arrive at 8 a.m. versus 1 p.m. local time, I'm gonna go with 8 a.m. And my thought process is I'd rather get there early so I can try to start adjusting to that time difference and that flight, right? To get there, I want to get there early. Even if I got to stay in the airport a little bit longer than I might want to, I'd rather get there and to start my adjustment period because I really want to get into my hotel as early as I can and really start to relax and unwind, right? All right. But yeah, so around noon, right? So officially, I'll tell you, you know, 11, 10, 11 to about 3 p.m., right? Somewhere in there. But unofficially, I'll tell you, try to get there as early as you can. And oh, when you're booking flights, you're probably going to leave the day before, right? So if you're landing on the 7th of November, you're probably going to leave on the 6th of November, right? It's going to be a nice travel time to get there. Let's say it that way. What time? Good question. Once in Joburg, we will take another flight to another part of Africa. Once in Joburg, we'll start the trip, right? We'll pick you up from the airport, take you to the hotel, get you situated, take you around to a few places. And then at some point, we'll take a flight into Cape Town, right, to go have that experience. And then we'll fly back to Joburg. And then when it's over, you'll fly back home. Does that make sense, Sonny? Let me know. How much is an international flight round trip? Regina, everything depends, right? Everything depends when you're traveling, right? Is it this year? Is it next year? How far out are you buying the flight? Who are you traveling with? Do you want to have a direct flight, right? So maybe you're in St. Louis, Missouri. I want the most direct flight I can. You might have to fly into Atlanta and then do a direct flight into Joburg, or you might have to fly into DC and then do a direct flight. I don't even know if there are direct flights from these places, y'all. I'm just talking about how it will work. And then direct flights from the United States into Joburg is going to cost more, right? Depending on the time, then, are you first class, business class, premium seating, economy, right? Like, so there is just a big window of changes. I can tell you, like, generally when I'm booking flights, I go to Google Flights, right? I go to a place that give me an array of options, and then I'll look. First time I'll look again. I might set some price alerts, but I'm always looking around for a trip. Then now like the earlier you book, the better, and all of that. Now I'm terrible, so I don't know if you really want my advice because I'm known to buy my tickets late and end up overpaying as a result of that, right? So if you're a good planner, the further out, the better. But I'm always trying to set a price alert. I am a points person, right? So, I take our Amex points, I convert them to Delta or whatever the case may be. And then I generally use the point game. Yeah, all right. So I said a lot. I said a lot to dance around your question, Regina. But just drop it into Google Flights and check it out. See how it goes from there. All right, drop my Allianz travel. Allianz is the way to go whenever traveling. All right, Veronica is familiar. All right, Krista says I use Allianz as well. What is the time difference and flight time? Ooh, those are good questions. 7 hours ahead. So South Africa is 6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. So 6 hours ahead of Eastern Standard Time. And then let's see. All right. And then you're looking at nonstop from New York to South Africa at 14 hours. So that's a direct flight is 14 hours. So I know sometimes our community is antsy about that type of flight time. All I can tell you is, I can't make the time go faster for you. You're going to be on the airplane, so it's not going to be as comfortable as being in your living room. But being in your living room or being in your bed or being super comfortable doesn't give you an opportunity to have access to what you're going to experience when you land. So that 14 hours of not perfect comfort, but like let's be for real. Like I mean, it's just sometimes you got to talk to our people like this. Let's be for real. This is first world problems, right? Like we're talking about being uncomfortable on a flight. We're talking about I ain't never flew that long. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I love us, right? But these are first world problems. So when you come on these experiences with us to the continent, we're not you're gonna see 5 star, right? You come into South Africa, you're gonna see a luxurious Africa. You're gonna be like, wow, this is amazing. But we also gonna take you off the beaten path so that you can see what life looked like outside of the glitz and glamour. And the experiences that people are not only are going through today, but have gone through historically, going to the apartheid museum and seeing those experiences, going into the cell that Mandela was there for 27 years. Um, and you just start to think about, your trepidation over, am I going, how come, what's the food like on the flight? Right? Like we got to put into perspective the experiences that we're about to have and the moments of discomfort. Because, I mean, one, like I generally fly coach, economy, whatever. Like, all my buddies, they all think I'm super bougie, right? I be flying. I have been on first class, right? I get bumped up to first class, right? Their prices be crazy, right? I don't know. I mean, hey, hats off to you if you fly first class or you like, I'm going first class or business class over there, you're gonna be comfortable, guaranteed. I generally get bumped up, right? But anyway, I'm normally flying economy and I'm fine, right? I don't know. I like to have my glass of wine while I'm flying. I love to not have nobody next to me, right? But I've been in both situations. And I tell you, each and every time, the experience that I had when I landed was it just drowned out any trepidation I had about getting on the plane and traveling. It's the experience that you're about to have. If you can have these experiences from the comfort of the sofa in your favorite seat in your family room or in your media room or whatever, then you would never leave. But you can't, right? You gotta go out and do something that you don't normally do. And flying halfway around the world is one of those things to have those experiences. So come on and do that with us here in South Africa. Let me see. Do I got any other questions? All right, locking in. Okay. I asked because you said the fee is for the international flight, but doesn't cover the domestic flight. Oh, Sonny, then I misspoke. So my apology. The fee covers the domestic flight. It doesn't cover the international flight. Thank you for that. All right, 7 hours, 14. I gave you that. All right, we got the pricing. I'm working on that now with the points. Yeah, that point game is different, man. That point game is different. All right, got me together there. Thanks again for the info. Can't wait to pull the trigger. All right, Veronica, come on and pull the trigger. Jump in with us. We will need just a. Oh, great. Thank you for that. I've been meaning to say that. We will need just a passport and driver's license, right? You don't even need your driver's license. You just need your passport. You don't, American citizens, as of today, y'all know how y'all president is. I don't know. But as of today, you just need your American passport and you are fine. Good question, Sonny. Thank you for that. The 14 hours is not real. It takes into account the time change, so the maximum hours would be 9 hours you are flying. Oh man. Oh, that's easy money right there. Thank you, Brenda. Do serve American or African food on the flight. I think it depends on who you travel with, Darlene, because like if you fly, Air Ethiopia, you're gonna get some Ethiopian, not like dishes. They're like the you're gonna get like the country's representation of an international food, something that's palatable for everyone. You're gonna get beef, beef, chicken, or fish. Gonna be or vegetarian will be the options, right? Whether that's rice, whether that's um, what else would they? Noodles or pasta, something like that. That's a carbohydrate, and then like some vegetables. That's primarily what you're gonna get for the meal. The snacks might be different. The breakfast might be different. Um, yeah, the wine's gonna be cold. The soda's gonna be wet. The water's gonna be cool. All of those things. But it's generally the same stuff. I know Air Ethiopia get these sandwiches. I don't like them. I don't like them. I don't like them. Right? Like somebody else might like them, but I don't like them. I know they coming, but I don't like them. So I always pass those back. But yeah, that's that. All right. So you got me talking about the food. Yeah. And take your snacks, right? I am big on snacks. I got my little carry-on bag. Half that bag is probably snacks. So if you see me, uh, I got some snacks on me, right? Like I got some snacks and I'm ready, right? Gratitude. In South Africa, have a peaceful night. Yeah, all right. Thank you, KR. Appreciate you. Thank you for always showing up, sister. Appreciate that. All right, so you can lock in your price. Again, just $199 down, sankofaexperiences.com/travel South Africa. If you got another question or two, I'll hang around for a few more minutes. If not, you can always email support at sankofaexperiences.com, support at sankofaexperiences.com. And Sister Ashley will follow up with you. If you have an interest in another country that we travel to, if you have any other additional questions, shoot that email to support at sankofaexperiences.com. Johnny, I haven't. All right. But again, shoot that email to support at sankofaexperiences.com. Any of those questions that you might have or any follow-up that you might need. Yeah, Sister Adela, if you come in this year, I'll be on the trip now. Oh, hey, good brother Gregory, you got a question for us. What say you, sir? You're muted. There you go.
Having a problem getting past the payment. I've been having it for about 10, 15 minutes, or a good 15 minutes.
Oh, no. Ashley can
So I still got
say it again.
Still got time to do it, tonight sometime, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You got time, but I don't know what the issue might be. So,
I was
Sister
just gonna
Ashley,
go
can
out.
you
Go ahead.
say it again?
No, I was just gonna go out, later on and go all back in or whatever.
Okay, yeah, try that. Or Ashley, can you inbox him just to get his info? He's one of our legacy members, so I know we got it. His info, but you might need to follow up with him. We just want to make sure that we can get you in, good brother. Okay, all right. Wait. Are you talking about this year or next year?
Oh, this year.
Oh, excellent, excellent. All right. Well, I will see you there, good brother. We're trying to get Sister Adela to come, but her travel schedule, she just be traveling all over the place. So I appreciate that. But no, we'll make sure that we get you in. Brother Gregory, Sister Ashley, can you follow up with Brother Gregory? Let's make sure that we can make that happen. Johnny gotta go. See you at Grandma's Sunday. Yeah, see you Sunday, Brother Johnny. Grandma gonna be looking for you now. She got something special for us coming up Sunday now. I appreciate all the information. Thanks so much. Have a good evening. Hey, Crystal, you as well. Thank you for spending some time with us. Yes, excited, Sonny. Appreciate you. Yes, yes, yes. Hopefully I can catch y'all. Hopefully y'all come, not only come to South Africa, y'all come in November. And come and come and hang out and meet and greet with me, right? Because if you like some of the stuff I say, you should see what I say in person. Sometimes you still gotta, yeah, we gotta toe a line, right? I don't know exactly who all in the room, but I can smoke you out when we in person. But we have some good conversations. No, good times for real. Have a good time. All right, what city is the meet and greet? I'm in Texas. Ah, son, you might have to come to Chicago, right? And get you a meet and greet. Maybe I'll come to Texas, right? I used to live in Texas, believe it or not. I've been saying I'm gonna do this tour around the country, so we'll see it. Sister Adela was asking for a trip, so might have to have. If I come somewhere, we're gonna add some history to it, right? So we're gonna go see something, have some lectures or something before we had some good conversations. Philly first. All right. Philly in there first. All right. I had to get Chicago on the list. I'm gonna see. I got some good ideas. So we definitely build on that. I definitely want to get to know and build and grow with more of us. Good presentation. Thank you, Sister Regina. Chicago is on my travel list. Closest I've been is DC. Oh yeah. All right. Well, hey, nothing like summertime shy now, I tell you that. Yeah, so good stuff. So yeah, but we're definitely gonna start warming up some domestic trips as well, some opportunities for us to get together, commune and build, get some of grandma's food in person, right? In person instead of all this virtual stew, right? Which is great, but if we're gonna continue to build. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about with the Sunday dinner, just check your emails. Make sure you come up with every Sunday. We host Sunday dinner on Zoom like this. So instead of soul food for the belly, it's soulful conversation for the community and the soul. And that's what we do every Sunday. So you'll see it in the emails. It might have been coming through. You ain't been paying attention. You see Sunday dinner. Go ahead and click it and show up one Sunday. So it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we go a little bit long on that. Yeah, but if you're interested, you can go to urbanintellectuals.com/Sunday dinner. So, yeah, /Sunday dinner. Yeah, so that'll let you register for the Zoom. It's good conversation. Yeah, yeah, always good conversation, building and growing. But okay, but yeah, so we do that anytime we're in the room together. That's really what I'm interested in. I'm not really into gossip or anything like that. I'm really into growing. I'm into learning. I'm into books. I'm into studying. I'm into the discussion. I'm into travel. I'm into history. I'm into culture. I'm into food. I am into food. I didn't know that until I really hit the continent. Um, so that's why I'm looking forward to getting to South Africa and having some of this uh, cuisine as well, right? I want it all, like in Monopoly. So, all right. Can't wait for the next game night. Yes. All right. Yeah, we got to get. All right. Oh, Adela, thank you for saying that. That was fun. We're gonna have to get back on that as well. We haven't had one in a while, right? I'm gonna have to mix up the questions because I know we got our trivia experts out there. But this has been great, man. I love it. We had an opportunity to talk about South Africa. I gave you an opportunity to come with us and have this experience. But I want you to stick around with Urban Intellectuals. Come and hang out with us on Sunday dinner. Check out some of your other emails and the events that we got coming up. We got a Juneteenth event coming up in June, obviously around Juneteenth. That's gonna blow you away. Keep your eyes peeled for the 4th of July, right? We don't celebrate the 4th of July around here. We said we discuss the 4th of July because somebody has been lying about who we have been on this planet and our experiences. So we're coming together to have those out of the game night. All right. We're gonna have to fire that back up. We're gonna have a Black Wall Street remembrance coming up here later in the month, and there's always something good cooked up here at Urban Intellectuals. So if this is your first time experiencing us, I appreciate you joining us and learning more about South Africa. coming to South Africa with us. If you've been here before, or even if it's your first time, hopefully you'll come back, engage us in another capacity. Again, hopefully I'll see you in November in South Africa, whether it's November this year or next. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Brother Gregory, if you have any issues, well, you already got, well, you can always email Tamiko, right? I know you got her email. But Ashley, if you substitute Ashley for Tamiko, ASHLEY at urbanintellectuals.com. But we can make sure that we get you in and get you on that trip. Anybody else have any questions, let me know. Oh my God, that would be something. Not on the well, you got to go to the graduation though. What can we do, right? The things we do as parents, the sacrifices we make. All right, Brother Gregory, I'm gonna make sure you got where did you go? All right, anybody else, if you have any questions from me, let me know. Sister Ashley, did I hit everything? We got anything I'm missing? Taking that as a no. There you go, Brother Gregory. I gave you that email just in case there's an issue. Again, anybody else, if you're having any issues, you can go to support at sankofaexperiences.com, support at sankofaexperiences.com. Got to the payment page, still problems. Okay, Brother Gregory, we're gonna have to follow up with you and just see what exactly is going on. So I'm gonna have Ashley reach out to you and work that out, brother. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. So if anybody else is experiencing that, please just shoot us an email to support at urbanintellectuals.com. Hey man, it's always some tech, there's always something going on, but hey, we're gonna dive into it and figure it out and make sure that we're smoothing out that process. So I appreciate y'all spending the time with us. And thank you for understanding, Brother Gregory. We're gonna get that right. But if you're interested, come on to South Africa with us and have this experience, not only at Tabletop Mountain, right? But throughout the entire Cape Coast, and have that experience that down there in South Africa. Just putting together another piece of this historical puzzle. And we're doing that one country at a time here at Urban Intellectuals with our Sankofa experiences. So I thank y'all for being with us tonight. For Sister Ashley, who is our travel coordinator, by the way, over Sankofa experiences. She's the Tamiko of the travel, Brother Gregory. That's it. Tamiko runs the legacy program and our membership program. Sister Ashley runs our travel division. Brother, I told you, I'll be in the middle, just running my mouth. That's it. But I gotta point you to the bosses. But no, they definitely gonna take good care of you. So I appreciate you. Appreciate all of y'all hanging out. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the continent. And at Sunday dinner, don't have grandma come and pull your ear now. Make sure you show up and be respectful. She's been looking for you. But until next time, good people, I appreciate y'all. Love, peace, and power to the people. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Darlene. All right. Good night. Good night. Appreciate all of y'all. Have a good evening.